Hello, Scary Dolls.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Caro.
And you're listening to Scary Not Scary Podcast.
Podcast.
Woo!
Yay!
Our 59th episode.
Yay! Congrats to us.
We're, what is it now? 10 episodes away from our 69th?
69th.
Wait,
Is
what's
it?
59 plus 10?
69.
Oh. Exactly.
This is why we failed math in high school.
I did. I was literally in like a remedial class.
Same.
But it's okay. I'm here now, living the dream.
We are living the dream.
Haven't used a single math problem since then.
Exactly right.
That's why we have calculators. They used to call them calculators. When I was little.
Calculators.
Call you laters.
Is this why we have calculators?
Mm-hmm. We're so ghetto.
There's something I wanted to show y'all.
Is it scary?
Oh God, I'm nervous. You never wait to show me anything.
I can't find it now. Me.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, chicken dinner. Oh, yes. So,
She found it.
yes. Did you hear about the archaeologists, what they found?
A dinosaur?
No. They unearthed a 4,000-year-old board game, and now they're trying to figure out how the rules work on the board game and how to play it.
Have they never seen Jumanji? Really?
Oh my God. This is
crazy,
a real life
right?
Jumanji.
Really? For real?
For real, yeah.
What?
Imagine if we start getting random fucking like rainforests everywhere and shit.
All these like weird
Dang.
forest friggin' insects
Rhinos.
and...
It looks like Jumanji, too.
Bro, I haven't seen Jumanji since I was like 12. I don't remember.
It's a good
I
movie.
just remember the little boy was hairy. I don't even.
He was a
like,
monkey.
Oh,
He turned into a monkey.
I just remember he was hairy, but like that's it.
First, they're trying to bring back Jurassic Park. Now they're trying to bring Jumanji. Like, I feel like they're doing this shit on
Yeah,
purpose.
look at it.
We're just reliving the 90s. It was
Oh
in
my
the 90s,
God.
right?
That does look like
I can post it
Jumanji.
on our VIP page.
That looks fun. I want to play that. That's like some Cracker Barrel ass shit. You know how like in the table they have just like little games?
But I like how in the title it says, now they just have to figure out the rules.
I'm like, no.
Don't play it.
Put it back.
Just
Put
throw
it
some
back.
dice on top and see what happens.
Oh my God.
See what happens.
Yeah, they said it's an Iron Age settlement site village that they found it.
Oh, that's
Is there pictures on
that's a
it?
little scary. Yeah, the top has little like drawings, no?
No, it's
Or letters.
Tiles?
it looks like tiles, but look, it looks like the
hieroglyphics?
evil eyes.
Oh, no.
Nice. Okay.
What if it's not a game? What if it's like some kind of, I don't know.
I feel like maybe it's not a game. It's just someone's like bath tile from back in the 70s.
They just like built it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What if it's like just checkers?
Checkers.
Checkers.
Checkers from back in the day.
It's just crazy. They're
my armpits are
referring it
sweaty.
to an ancient game.
Hopefully it is a game.
Like, how do they know, though?
They don't.
Like,
they don't.
Yeah, I feel like
just
they're
make shit up.
guessing.
4,000 years from now, they're going to find like our podcast and be like, oh, we found this ancient podcast.
Oh God.
They're going to find our little tombstone right there that says, stay scary.
Oh. That is
Dude,
scary.
imagine. That's funny.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I have to tell the girls.
Well, thanks.
So
Like, it's
very
cool they're
interesting.
finding all this stuff, but they need to sometimes, like, not do anything with them.
Just find it, but
crazy.
just like keep it. Like don't touch it.
like, they should make a rule for scientists. You know how they do, like, for people that fish, like, you know, they throw them back. What is it called? Like, catch and release? Mm-hmm. They should do that. They should be, oh, so cool. Put it back.
it kind of makes me sad whenever they talk about like they find buried bodies from like thousands of years ago and they dig them up and put them in museums. It makes me sad because I'm like, why are you disturbing their grave?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true. That makes me sad.
Well, just like when
That's
they
why there's so many
found
curses.
yeah, when they found that mummy and they opened up the
Oh, that pharaoh. What
Yeah.
was his name?
Yeah.
Tut. No, not Tut.
It's not King Tut.
It was another one.
it was another one.
yeah.
King Tut.
Oh, and
that
then
song?
they found like some treasure chests too in the ocean and they opened it up. There's nothing inside of it, but yeah.
There was a picture of a naked woman at the Titanic.
Wearing the Heart's Ocean necklace.
The ocean's heart. I don't remember.
Heart of the ocean.
Heart of the Ocean.
heart
Don't yell at me.
of the
kidding.
ocean.
So anything interesting happened over the weekend?
No.
Oh.
Nothing?
No, wait.
I am shooketh.
I don't think I've had anything happen. Usually we have some good stories about
Yeah.
stuff.
I just have the same. I mean, I hear noises every now and then. What's it?
I have been chill.
I had a dream about like I was helping with an exorcism,
Oh.
but it was like a classroom exorcism.
Like a class effort thing?
No, like I helped wheel the person who was like possessed into like it looked like a classroom, you know, like in college, the big old like auditoriums. And then I wheeled her right next to the professor, and I went and sat down, and he had like a big old presentation and everything on it. So she was like the
You were like going to school for.
Oh my god, dude!
You know they really have colleges for that, right? Like for priests.
do?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they have to learn all that stuff.
Yeah.
What the heck were you thinking about before you fell asleep?
You know what? I wonder if she was thinking about when I went on Instagram Live and James went on there and said he wanted to come on and talk about his story.
Maybe.
So it was
It
probably
could have
freaking you
been.
out a little bit.
Probably it was like in the back of my mind. I didn't know it. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I told you your face, you were like, what?
Exorcism's gone wild.
That story is like
Exorcism.
Like I could just like I don't know.
It reminds me of that movie. Oh my god, what is it called? It's about exorcisms, but when they're doing the class, they have different footages of people being possessed. Mm-hmm. And there's this one girl. She was like in between her bed, her headboard, and her dresser. It was like super thin, and she was like literally her body like morphed into the size of the cross space, and she was going.
what the fuck?
I need to find the name of that movie so I can show y'all that clip. I will always remember that clip because I think I was the only one in the movie theater that started laughing.
You would.
I thought it was so funny. Like she sounded like a cat. She was like me.
Can you imagine everyone that was just all fucking mortified?
Oh my god, what's the name of that movie? I can't remember.
Is it like a popular movie?
Is it like one of those that are like documentary, like real life
It
events?
seems like it seems like it was like a documentary pretty much, but it was a movie. I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I do remember that scene, and then the priest ended up getting possessed and was trying to drown the baby.
Oh shit.
he was
what
baptizing the baby.
Hell?
Those two scenes
Oh.
stayed with me.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
it was
but I don't
a movie about
remember.
possession. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't the right. It wasn't the right. It's not that one. It's another. It came out the same year. And it turned out because it was like the grandma of somebody that was like possessed, and it was just creepy.
That's weird.
It was a good one though.
Nice. You sound like I went to Noreen's house yesterday, and she has these like little like a incubator, and the little chick was born, and all I heard was beep beep beep, like little chick. And I went to go look at it. It looked all nasty, looked all
It
wet.
was all wet.
Yeah, but it's because it was like
Freshly born.
brand new, brand new.
Little baby.
Yeah,
That's
How cute.
ugly.
How sweet.
Oh.
I feel like there's something else I was going to tell you about. Oh, there's this new show on Netflix called Archive. It's about the occult and demons and
Oh, no.
witches.
I have not seen
and
it.
It's on Netflix. I watched the first episode yesterday, and it's really good.
Really?
Ooh,
I watched
Yeah.
someone on witches.
Yeah, it's about this guy. He gets hired on to like recover footage from these tapes that were in a fire. He gets hired on by a company, and he ends up uncovering about a mystery about a disappearance of like this famous. It's almost like a YouTuber, like somebody who was like famous and like went missing online. Like those tapes had footages that she was creating with her team.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like about that, but like just the stuff that starts happening. It's crazy.
So it's like a series,
It's a series. Yeah.
Oh,
It's really
okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
nice. Something to watch.
I started watching How I Met Your Father.
Oh, I have that on my watch list.
It's pretty good. I
That's
like
the one
it.
with Hilary Duff, right?
Yeah.
And what's her name? Francesca
Something.
something.
Forgot her name.
The one that gets
But she's
Selena Gomez
hilarious.
for kidney.
Yeah. But she's hilarious, so. in
Are
that
they
show.
even friends still?
Yeah,
Okay,
I hope so.
hope so, because she gave her
Yeah.
a kidney.
they came out and said that they're still friends.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
I'd be like, we are now friends for life. For life.
Laugh.
I've been obsessed with Big Mouth lately.
Really?
Like, I've already watched all the seasons. I think there's like 4 or 3. I don't know. But I'm like watching them again because that cartoon makes me laugh so much, y'all. If y'all want to laugh, that's
I watched
the one.
like the first couple of episodes of the first season. I finished The Witcher.
Ooh, daddy.
Love him.
Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all right now, the things I would do to this man. I only need 5
I'm
minutes.
giving her dirty looks.
I only need 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes alone with him. Please.
Did you see did I send y'all the video of him where he's, I didn't. I don't think I sent it to y'all. I sent it to my coworker.
To her other friends.
Her other friends.
To
I
other
did it.
friend group.
So it's my coworker Ashley. So I got her into The Witcher. So she's been watching it, and she's like, "Oh, Henry Cavill's so hot." And I was like, "I know." So I sent her this video that I found on TikTok, and he's answering questions, or no, he's reading tweets that people tweet about him online.
Oh God.
and a lot of them are like
Dirty?
Yeah.
It's all me, right?
Yeah.
I'm the one writing them.
they found all of my tweets that I tweeted about
Yeah,
him.
they found all my tweets. Y'all, my Twitter be popping. I'm obsessed with
I
him.
died when I watched that video.
Obsessed
It was
with him.
So funny.
I love watching those when celebrities read tweets about themselves.
There's tweets. Those are my favorite.
Oh my God.
Or
that's
mean
hilarious.
tweets.
Oh,
I remember one time someone wrote, Little Wayne looks like a crab apple, and he read it and he's all, what the heck is a crab apple?
Poor little Wayne.
It made me laugh so much. I'm like, yeah, what is a crab apple? It's a tree.
I also on TikTok I like to watch the streams where like the gamer girls are online and all these guys are talking shit. There's this one guy that told the girl, he goes, "Shut up, bitch! Get off the game and go make me a sandwich in the kitchen where you belong." And she was all, "I'm gonna fuck your dad and give him a son that he'll actually love."
Oh,
And all his friends are like, "She hated you."
that's my girl. That's
I was like,
my
"You go, girl. I'm gonna follow you." Girl power.
Oh wow.
Give me her username. I'll follow
But
her
she just
right now.
she just kind of went like if it was nothing, like just the way she said it was so badass. I love her.
Wow.
Also, don't send women to the kitchen. That's where the knives are kept.
Gonna slice your ass up and your dick.
And eat it in a pozole.
What kind of meat? Dick meat.
Dick meat.
Dick meat.
You already be eating it for free every weekend. Might as well.
Might as well cook it
Might
medium
as
rare.
well. If your steak ain't bloody, I don't want it.
Oh my god.
I love bloody steak. Like, I cannot have a dry ass piece of meat. Like, no.
I used to be able to do like medium rare. I can't. Ever since I had Jason, can't do it.
I'd be like, can I
I
just
throw
go
fits now.
bite it raw? All gross.
I used to be able to. I can't anymore.
I guess stuff changes when you're pregnant.
It does.
Sucks for
I'm
y'all.
gonna laugh when you have a baby and then you're gonna be like, I just want it dry. You know what? Just give it to me burnt.
Oh God, that would never be me. I feel like I'd be like, just bring me the cow.
Just bring me the cow.
Yeah.
Never say never. Remember when Ashley said never?
Oh God. I'm
And look
jinxing
what
myself.
happened.
And then the next week she was 12 weeks pregnant.
Boom.
Oh yeah, yeah. Damn, girl.
Yep. And then the same thing. My sister husband was like, "No, we're not gonna have a kid for a year." And then boom, there you go.
They. Oh, I'm scared now. I'm pregnant.
Okay, so this week's episode was actually a topic suggestion from our live show last week. And it is witchcraft gone wrong.
Gone wrong.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gone wild.
There are a lot of stories if you look on the right platform. It was kind of tough finding stories online. So a couple of my stories are some that were told to me from a friend. I think you have some the same, right?
Mine too. Mine are personal, like real experiences.
Yeah.
Mine are not.
And that's totally fine.
It's so funny because in the middle of me doing like the last part of my research today, on my Facebook, a meme popped up and it says, when someone disrespects you because you're sweet, not realizing that you're also capable of destroying them. And it's like a little a little mint reading Dark Magic 101.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. I love it. So I wanted to go over the 8 rules for spell casting. And yes, there are rules. So you can't just be somebody that's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go and like cast this spell and like have no like, it can completely backfire and it's really bad. So here are some 8 rules. Number 1, magic is real. Number 2, magic is at the same time an art and an experimental science. 3, the best way to predict your future is to create it. 4, always be careful what you do and what you say. 5, keep your spells a secret or they will not work. 6, the work is not complete until you put all your tools away and clean your space. This is true. 7, do not harm anyone intentionally. 8, everything you send to the universe, good or bad, will come back to you threefold. The rule of 3. So if you don't know what the rule of 3 is, it's pretty much the 3 times fold. Anything that you do will come back to you, good and bad. So it's basically like a religious tenet held by some Wiccans, neo-pagans, occultists. It states that whatever energy a person puts out into the world, positive or negative, will pretty much return to that person 3 times.
As bad.
Or good. Yeah.
Or good.
That's why they say, like, when you do a good deed, it'll come, like, the good karma will come back to you. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't purposely do witchcraft to
Harm
somebody because it will come back to you. And then there was another thing that I saw online. It said don't try to trick the laws of energy of, like, trying to pay somebody to do bad on others on your behalf, because that energy will know that it's you and it'll still come back to you 3 times fold.
They always
be
know.
careful.
You can't outsmart this.
You cannot outsmart it.
Don't even try.
You have to know what you're doing, and you have to have the right intentions as well. So let's hop on in.
Hop on in.
Gato loves it when I say that.
Harp on in.
Harp on in. I actually said hop this time, right?
Yeah.
So this one is, I found on Reddit. It's by Bayou Cowboy Yeehaw username. And they actually posted this 2 months ago, and sadly nobody's written back to them like what to do. But basically it's a protection spell that had gone wrong. So he said last month he made a protection spell to repel any negative energies or the people with bad intentions towards him. So he said it was his first spell, and he got the recipe from Juliet Diaz's book of Witchery Embrace, The Witch Within. He said it's an Amazon book, and he learned so much about it, and that he highly recommends it to everybody. But I'm kind of like, I don't know if it went wrong. So basically he said that when he made the spell, and after he was done, he immediately got sick 2 weeks, and for 2 weeks and felt horrible. And even now, till this day, and he wrote this, what did I say, 2 months ago, he said now to this day he's still a bit under the weather. He thinks that the spell has something to do with it, and so basically he's been trying to purify his space and try to get all the negative effects to go away, but so far, like, nothing has helped at all.
I wonder what kind of like spell he tried to do then.
Yeah, so he said that it was to repel any negative energy, and any people with bad intentions.
Maybe he didn't have like the correct or all of the right ingredients,
or maybe like not the right intentions too. Like,
also, getting it from a book on Amazon.
Yeah.
That does
like,
not.
Granted, there's books out there where you can find good information on, but if it's like your first spell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't go hard on your first spell. You learn
little by little.
Little by little, yeah.
So it's almost like all those, to keep away all the negative, bad intentions, kind of like reversed and went back to them and made him sick. And now he has all this stuff happening to him, unfortunately. So
I think I had read somewhere where it says like if you're in the beginning or something, or the spell might need like more work, you got to do it like more than just once.
You got to do it more than once and do
Yeah.
it. Take your time and like make sure you learn all the laws and everything that go into casting anything you do.
yeah.
This next one is a jar spell gone wrong, and these are actually kind of tricky because I have heard personally a lot of people doing like the money jar spells, and it can go wrong. Like there's one thing that if your space isn't clear, if your head's not clear, if you don't have the right intentions, if you're distracted for like a millisecond and you do the spell, it can completely backfire on you. So unfortunately I did on username Boy Yuling. Boy Yuling on Reddit. So basically this person said that they did a money jar spell, and then 4 days later, random money got taken out of their account instead of gaining anything. And they're like, what could have gone wrong? Well, they said that they followed the steps properly, and they thought they had the right intentions, and then within 2 weeks, money was stolen straight from their account, and eventually fraud was committed. And then they had to reach out to somebody else to help them reverse what was done. And it took them a couple of weeks to reverse that money jar spell that this person cast on themselves to fix things.
See all the damage you did.
So, yeah, you gotta be careful, guys. And make sure you buy stuff from like a legit source. Make sure you're not finding like, if they say you need a red candle, like don't go and be like, oh, I'm gonna get a white candle and spray paint it red.
Yeah.
Like no. You can't half-ass things.
You can't painting the roses red.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
So this next one is kind of long, so I'm gonna synopsis it. So I got this next story off of Quora. How do you say that? Quora.com. It's basically like you ask questions or like you tell your stories. It's kind of form. It's almost like a Reddit, pretty much. So this guy, his name is Nan Walker. So he said in the 1970s he had a lot of pagan and Wiccan friends from various traditions, and some were from like Britain, the East Coast, the South. But most of them are from the West Coast. And he said that he found all of them quite interesting, like playful, creative, musical, artistic, and like pretty much like they were like all goddesses to him. And he said he adored all of his friends. So he said a group of them were involved in Celtic-based Wiccan tradition, and which he felt that it suited them well. Well, he said that the same group of friends invited him to visit their city for a, quote, special evening. And pretty much what they wanted to do was perform a voodoo spell to conjure up the spirit, specifically for Papa Legba.
Oh my God.
And if you don't know who Papa Legba is, he's the guardian of the crossroads. He's the Iwa that directs the course of human destiny, the god that opens and controls the gates that split the world of the living from the world of spirits. And now that these friends wanted to do this, he was like, so he was kind of hesitant, but he was also curious at the same time. So pretty much, he was like, my friends were young and eager and like telling him that, things are going to be okay. I promise you. So he was like, okay. All right, what can go wrong?
Sure.
What can go wrong? Calling on the voodoo god.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
That's one god you do not want to mess with.
Nope.
Basically, he said that they were all seated in a circle on the floor on a cozy winter evening. They lit the candles, casting a warm golden glow throughout the room. And he said that he gave one last caution. Are you sure you want to do this? And they're like, yeah, dude, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's cool. Yo, chill. It'll be cool. Okay. So they began chanting and calling upon the spirit, Papa Legba, to come into the circle. And he said that he sat down with them observing what was going on. And he said suddenly the air in the room just like completely shifted. Like the warm, cozy feeling disappeared. It became cold and almost breezy like. The candles began to flicker wildly. And they could all feel like a sense that something was moving around in a circle, like faster and faster. And like that energy was the strongest sensation of like anger and like dread. And whatever it was they conjured up was not Papa Legba. It was something else completely different. Mm-hmm. So basically everybody around the circle began fidgeting, and like everybody was like full of confusion and concern. And he was like, and I quote, he said, one of us, maybe even me, suggested that we needed to end the spell now. Well, duh, obviously, like y'all shouldn't have even casted that spell. So he said that they all ended up just sitting there in silence, and then they were all just trying to digest what just happened. Well, he said to this day that they don't know what was in that room because after that spell, whatever it was that they conjured up followed all of them home. And for the next 6 months, it was like pure hell. Like they were having bad luck, bad health, friends, family members were like drifting away from them. So it took like 6 months for whatever entity or whatever it is that they conjured up to go away.
Holy shit.
And also reading this again or like looking through the story again, I kind of think because everybody was like fidgeting, they broke the circle. You know, they broke the circle of concentration. So yeah. And because also I'm pretty sure if he was feeling like he was second guessing the ritual, I'm pretty sure other friends were too. And so they didn't have like the right mindset or, you know.
Also, I don't think that it's a, they're all beginners, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a beginner thing to conjure up somebody so big. Like not even like the really like experienced people do that, you know? So whatever they did, it was not Papa Legba. And
also if you look into Papa Legba, I looked more into him. He is the type that he wants something back from you. He wants something back in return. So it's like, why would you want to conjure?
Watch The Coven.
Watch The Coven. Yeah.
Watch The Coven.
There's a good interpretation of him in The Coven.
Yes.
If y'all haven't watched it, season 2 of American Horror Story, The Coven. But if you look further into him, he is a real being, deity, and yeah, he's pretty scary. So
yeah.
And voodoo magic is the kind of magic that you really need to know what you're doing too, because that magic as well can go wrong.
You can
immediately.
You can be like, oh, I'm a witch. I can do like spell. I can do them too. Like, you have to be a real skilled professional to do voodoo stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Don't even try.
No.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that.
So there's another story. It's actually a personal story of mine that was told by one of my friends. She actually does tarot card readings. So it was one of her customers that go to her on a regular basis, and she was saying how she used to go to this man to do tarot cards, and he would charge like a crap ton of money to do tarot card readings. Well, how she found this man, he actually reached out to her on Facebook, and I was telling Gato, it reminded me of you because you had a man trying to reach out to you on Facebook wanting to read your cards.
It was 3.
Yeah.
I blocked one guy because out of nowhere I got a message and it was like, hi, I can tell you really need a card reading. Like, you really need one. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, no, right? And then I wrote back and I'm like, no, thanks. Like, I'm okay. You know, have a good day. He's like, I could just really sense that you need a card reading. So I blocked him. And then I got another one that was another man. And he's like, hey, how are you doing? And then I blocked him. And I was like, I don't understand why all these people want to give me card readings. Like, what do I look like? And then that's when I told Mandy. And I don't remember what your friend said.
Yeah, so basically this guy reached out to her the same way, saying like his cards said that he needed to reach out to her, that she has an important reading and that there's some business that he needs to take care of with her. So she accepted it. She met up with him. He read her cards. And then, so this lady, my friend, can do this too. She can read like your significant other's cards too. Which I don't like to do that. I feel like that's like an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
So apparently he said that, is there something going on with your husband? Well, it turns out she was very insecure, and because she was like older, she just had a baby. She felt that she wasn't good enough for her husband, and so she was worried that her husband was gonna cheat on her. And so she told him, and he goes, oh, well, I can read his cards for you. And she's like, oh, okay. So then like he read the husband's cards. And I think he asked for like a picture of him or something. So she showed him a picture of him. And so he was reading the cards and he goes, yeah. He was like, no, like everything seems fine. It looks like he's like completely and totally in love with you and all this stuff. You have nothing to worry about. And she's like, oh, okay. So then he ended up charging her like a buttload of money. And she was kind of like, oh shit, like that's a lot of money. And so she left. Well, within weeks, like her husband's behavior started changing. So she said that her husband started going to the gym. He was like getting tattoos. He bought a motorcycle. Like he was like getting fit. he was working late a lot, and then come to find out, he ended up having an affair. He got this girl pregnant. He left the wife, divorced her, left her with nothing, took all the money, the house, everything, literally left her and the kids with nothing.
What the fuck?
So she ended up going to Kathy. So this lady named Kathy, she does a lot of our like cleansings, and like when her mom is still alive, that's who she went to do like the cleanings to see like what's going on, because everything in her life was just falling apart. So when Kathy's mom did her reading, she was like, you met with somebody that you shouldn't have met with. Who did you meet with? What happened? What was this session?
Oh shit. Damn.
And she's very like stern, like you don't meet random people. Like, these kind of people aren't even supposed to be charging you if they truly want to help you.
Yeah.
So basically, this man took her insecurity and did some kind of like brujeria on her that made her husband fall out of love. Because they cleansed her. They did a deep cleaning with like a lemon. And when they cracked open the lemon, I took out it was like a brown, almost like blood color. And it was like this evil face that came out of the lemon. Of the smoke of the lemon.
Ay.
So it took a while for them to get it off of her. Yeah. So as soon as like it was able to, they got it off of her, like things started turning around. But unfortunately, like her and her husband are divorced.
Damn.
Yeah.
So never meet up with card readers. If
never meet up with somebody random.
Yes. Like if somebody, because they'll get you like that, and I know better. So when they're like, oh hey, I feel like you really need a card reading. No, you don't.
No, bitch.
Yeah.
You do not need a card reading.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah, that was pretty intense when she told me that. I was like, I got the chills.
Yeah, I got the chills.
And then I remember when you were sending me that stuff, I sent her screenshots. Lisa, the one that does the
I
card
sent her
readings.
I sent Mandy the screenshots of what the man was telling me. He was very persistent, and I kept telling him I'm not interested.
And I forwarded them to Lisa, and she's like, tell her no. Tell her, just from looking at her photo from her Facebook account, I can tell she's very anxious. She is not ready to do a card reading. She is too vulnerable. That's what he's picking up on, and that's what those kind of people look for, to do bad things to people.
I am a very anxious person.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't get card readings, you guys, from like randos.
No. Only people you trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know it's kind of long. So this last one is going to be real quick. It's from the same website. So the one I just told you was from my friend Lisa. That's pretty scary. But this next one is from that website, quora.com. It's real quick. So this guy, who is an acquaintance of his coworker, was invited to the wedding. And I guess the week of the wedding, it was like raining and being real ugly outside. And it looked like the day of her wedding, it was going to continue to rain. So he wanted to do like a quick little spell for her to clear up the weather and to just kind of control nature that day, just for the abbreviation of the wedding. Well, it worked. The day of the ceremony, it was sunny, it was pretty outside, and then like by midday, it became super cloudy in the afternoon, and then it started raining, and it rained so heavily that the local river overflowed. Well, on the news that night, it showed that 2 little boys had decided to go fishing that morning, and then the next day they ended up finding their bodies drowned in the river because of it overflowing. So this guy blames himself because he tried to control nature and trick nature into not running its course. So he blames himself for the little boys passing away. So,
dang.
I mean, it's kind of a hard one, but I would hate to have that on my conscience. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful.
Oh my God.
Be careful with your spells.
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But yeah, those are my stories.
Well, I'm next. Let me fix myself. Okay, so my stories I have 3, but 2 of them are real, and they're from my friend, my ex-mother-in-law. I always call her that, and she laughs.
Oh, I love her.
So she actually is a witch, and then her family, like, they owned, like, botanicas and stuff, so, like, they're, like, legit, you know? So I was asking her because I was like having a hard time like researching like real stories. And so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, do you have any stories? And she's like, do I? So she like sent me some because, you know, she came in clutch. So the first one, it says, there was a client my mom had and she went to see her to get a card reading. after the reading, this lady wanted an amarre. So an amarre is like a love spell.
Okay.
She said, my mother told her it was not a good idea, but the lady was persistent. So my mother did it for her anyway. And then she said that this lady was very devoted to the Santa Muerte, which is like the Grim Reaper. Mm-hmm. So then she said the lady came in, got a reading and came in and got a second reading. And that's when she said that her husband was just the way she wanted. So I guess the amarre worked. Her and her husband were better than ever. In the reading, though, the mom told her to be careful because something was going to happen with her husband and it could be fatal. But then the lady was like, no, like he's not going to do anything, whatever. So about 2 months later, she said that they were at the Botanica where her mom works. And then the lady came in looking for her mom and she was like crying. And she had the statue of the Santa Muerte, of the Grim Reaper, with her. And then she says, long story short, she went and she got her mom from the back and told her that she was looking for her mom. So she was telling her mom that the husband came home one day and was jealous of something that he did or that she did. And that he attacked her. He cut her throat from ear to ear and she bled so much that she passed out. So then he thought he killed her. He was like, oh shit, like I killed my wife. So then he killed himself. But she didn't die. She lived. So now she has a scar on her neck. That's like from ear to ear. That's super big. And that's why she says, that's why when you're doing an amarre, you have to be really careful.
Oh my God.
So whenever you're doing like a love spell, be very, very, very careful because they might love you, but they might love you too much, like jealousy, possessive too much.
Dang.
They'll become like fatal. It's like fatal attraction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was one story. The next one that she sent me happened to her. So she said that her father's stepmother was a witch in Mexico, in Laredo, Mexico, where I'm from. Anyway, it says, long story short, I tried to buy a ring from her, but she wanted to give it to me as a gift, so I accepted it. Come to find out, she was talking shit about me and that saying that I stole the ring and that she was going to get me. She said all of a sudden her head was full of piojos, like lice, like full of piojos, and they could not she could not get rid of them for any reason. And then she says she found out who was doing this to her and did something to get her back. And then the lady that was helping her told her that she would know. No, she said she would know who it was because whoever was doing something to her was going to fall. So then the lady fell outside going to the restroom and then she broke her leg and she ended up dying. She died in agony. And it said that her husband said that whenever she was like dying, she would scream in pain. Her tongue would come out and it looked like a snake tongue.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And then she said as soon as the lady died, her piojos all went away.
Oh, it came back.
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
What the fuck?
Thanks.
I just pictured
mother-in-law.
the snake.
The snake tongue when she's yelling. Yeah, that's freaking scary. I thought my stories were going to be longer. I always do this. My stories are always so short. Anyway, I did go on Reddit. And then I found this last story. The username is Wedge Mothmom. Hello, Wedge Mothmom. It's just she needs help. So I haven't seen anyone write back to her. She just said, hello, I am new to witchcraft and I have encountered a strange issue. I have struggles with insomnia and I used to have to rely on medication for a while just to sleep. After finding witchcraft, crystals, incense, spells, etc., I put out the intention to have a good sleep and nice dreams. I got some crystals, lit some incense and some candles, and then I let my intention be known to the universe. So you basically did a spell. Mm-hmm. Well, what I got was the opposite of good sleep and nice dreams. The past few nights, I've been trapped in nightmare dreams, which are unusual for me since I don't have nightmares often, and I haven't been able to get out of bed. Every time I sit for about 5 minutes in silence, I start to fall asleep. It's so bad that it's affecting my relationship with my family and my friends. How do I get rid of this? Does anybody have any idea what's going on? So she can't even sit still for 5 minutes without dozing off.
What?
She like fucked herself up.
Like she gave herself a spell of what is that? Melatonin.
Yeah. She literally Enter Sandman herself.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
what it sounds like.
Yeah. So now that's just, I was thinking about it and it's gotta suck.
She
like
might just have to get somebody to do a cleaning, or she can do a self cleaning.
probably. That's scary.
Oh, dang.
This one's not that bad. It just says, this one's from Quora. You probably read it. It just says, this person says, after watching Pet Sematary for the 3rd time, I was inspired to summon a Wendigo.
Oh yeah.
I used a summoning circle. I used the summoning circle from the movie, and I was very elaborate. I was told to summon one at midnight. I was tired, but I did it. And then it says, I never bothered to banish him. I guess he'll just leave on his own when the time is right. So,
Ay Dios, what?
do y'all know what a Wendigo is? It's
Yes.
a mythological creature or evil spirit which originates from the folklore of the First Nations based in and around East Coast Forest of Canada.
Wow.
Way to go.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you summon a Wendigo? I don't think I would. I don't think I would summon anything.
No, I would never.
I wouldn't summon
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And that's it.
I don't know. I told my mom, because my mom was talking about when she dies. I was like, Mom, if you die, I'm going to get a black magic book and bring your ass back to life. You're not going anywhere. You're living forever.
Bitch.
And she goes, but it's not really going to be me, but you'll still be here in some way or form.
That's some Pet Cemetery ass shit.
Oh my gosh.
That movie freaks me out.
It does.
But I love it.
Freaks me out.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a couple, and then I actually found some articles that are like why some love spells goes wrong, and then there is one that I found that was like how to. There's like certain steps you can take to possibly reverse them, but you have to be like, you know, really good at it. Anyways, okay. So the first one I found was this woman. She was talking about when she was a teenager. That she started out in witchcraft, and she actually charmed an apple pie for this guy she had a crush on in one of her classes, right? So she charms the apple pie, and then she tries to give it to him, but he's like, oh, I'm not hungry right now, but he still takes it. Well, later on the next day, the guy's brother actually started like pining for her and like would show up at her work, like saying he loved her so much. He would leave her
God.
flowers. So it turns out the little brother is the one that actually ate the pie and not the one that she liked.
Oh my
Imagine if it was his mom.
Right? Oh my God, right?
Oh. Hi, Mom.
So she said that he was totally obsessed with her and that it took a really powerful banishing spell and a purification / protection spell on herself to get rid of him. And she's like, lesson learned. So the person she loved didn't like her back, but the brother did.
Wow.
I mean, it's in the same family. I'm just kidding.
Right? Was he cute? I mean,
I know.
if he was,
He was
cute,
like 12.
Oh, hell no.
that would
Little
suck.
boy, how you at my
Oh
work?
gosh. He's like the bus.
Cute.
So this other story I found was this woman was try to put a hex on someone. Apparently she was being bullied by this one person. And she was a little kid. Like she was like in first grade or second grade or something. So where she was learning how to do hexes, I have no idea.
What?
Yes.
This first grader was trying to do a hex.
Yes.
Me.
So apparently, of course, it backfired. And she goes, it probably was because I wasn't very experienced. She's like, but after that, I had months of bad luck. I lost a lot of my friends. My parents kept getting mad at me. She's like, so I guess I probably should not have done that. Probably not.
Probably.
Especially when you're that
my
young.
gosh.
Like no.
I guess it wasn't a good idea.
Probably not.
I'm joking because I'm like, what the fuck? She's like 12 at that grade, right?
What grade was it?
She said grade K, so kindergarten.
Wait, what? That's
Or
little.
Kindergarten, first
That's
grade.
like 5. So she was probably like 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, I was just making mud potions. I don't know about all that.
That was all me trying to play a light as a feather, stupid support.
I love that.
Playing Bloody Mary in the bathroom.
Imagine. Oh my God.
Same. Candyman. And nothing ever came.
No. Okay, so there was one where it was kind of the same thing. Like this friend of hers, apparently they've been friends for like a very long time. Her name was, I forgot what her name is. Sarah, I think is the name of this lady. She said that she had gotten some advice from an old witch that told her as a young child that if you wrote someone's name on the bottom of your feet for a day and walk like with their name on the bottom, that they'd get what's coming to them. So apparently when she was in her 20s, she had a business partner that she and her best friend, they were business partners and best friends, found out later that she was stealing money from her and from the business. She was using it like to go like online dating and go out and like live this life or whatever. Anyway, so she was very, very upset. So she remembered that spell and like did it. But apparently she got like, she had the right intentions of what she was trying to do, but it wasn't the right intentions. So it kind of like sort of works on the friend because she did like lose her husband, or her husband found out that she was cheating on her, cheating on him. And so it was like in the middle, like it worked, but then it didn't because then she started getting like bad luck back at her as well. So that one's kind of like an in between. Like you don't know if it worked or not because it did work, but then it didn't work at the same time. Okay, so for love spells, the way love spells can go wrong is that instead of like, intentions, saying that you like actually love the person, you're coming from like a obsession point of view. So if you come from like an obsession part, then it cannot work, and either the person won't love you back, or it'll have the opposite effect where that person will actually start like hating you and trying to avoid you and try to like go out of your life. Another way that it can is if you manifest this love, but it's not actually real love. So you're like, oh, that person's cute, I love him, but it's not actually an actual feeling. Then that can also go wrong to where they just won't even like, it won't even work at all, like whatsoever. There's a one that says your love spell sometimes can create a cord. So it says your intention might want to move on or meet other people if, but it's not like you won't be tied to this person. So like when you do a love spell, there's like a cord, an imaginary cord, like you're connected to this person. But if you don't do it right, then that cord is not going to be completely tied. So it'll be like a cord, but not tied. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's not a true connection? Yes, it's not a true connection. There you go. And then the one that I thought was funny was that a spell won't work if the person you're trying to do this spell on finds out about it. So if everything goes according to plan, you do everything right, but you either tell somebody, like a friend, or tell someone about it, like, hey, I'm doing this love spell on someone, or that person actually finds out you're doing it, then it'll either have the reverse effect or it won't work at all. And then I did find this other website. I don't know if you guys probably know it. From this lady called the Traveling Witch. Have y'all seen that website? Mm-mm. So I came across it, and she goes, how to reverse spells when everything goes wrong. So basically she tells you like ways you can kind of reverse it, but of course you have to know like what you're doing. So how to reverse a spell is you have to burn like the remnants and basically start all over. So if it doesn't work, you gotta, you know how like the other one was like you gotta do it more than once? Well, if you're gonna do that, you have to make sure everything is pretty much, you burn everything that you use and pretty much start from scratch all over again.
Cleanse your space.
Yeah, cleanse this place, cleanse everything else. You have to clear your mind. So mostly they say like don't do it within that same day. Like you gotta wait like a day or two in between and then do it again and clean everything out. There is also a thing called like counter casting, but that one you have to be like really, really like good at, because basically it just counteracts the spell that you did. So you can use another spell on top of the spell in order to like reverse it, but you have to know like what you're doing. Another one that you can do is you can redirect the spell. So she says this is a good way to handle the need to reverse a spell when you don't have all the details or the supplies to try the previous 2 methods that you were doing. Like you can't burn the remnants because you can't go buy more, or you can't cleanse your space. You can try to redirect the spell. So it says, in order to redirect the energy, you'll need to hold a naming ritual. You have to set up your altar, basically like with materials and at least 2 candles. So you have to begin this ceremony by casting a circle. After your circle is opened, you have to light the candles, one on your left and one on your right, and then of the altar. And then you have to focus on the intent of the original spell as you do so to call it back into the reach. Again, you must, she puts in like big letters, must incorporate the tag lock into the process. So, I mean, if you can't, like reverse it, you can redirect it somehow, but you have to know like specifically what you're doing, and you have to like, it's the same way as like having the same intentions. You have to know like which way you're going to redirect that spell.
Yeah,
so I
could send it to somebody who
doesn't
deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do it by accident, you're like, oh shit, my bad. On to the next one.
Oops.
Yeah, and you have to like visualize that person that you're going to in your mind like as well, so it can go to that actual person. But again, she says you need to know specifically what you're doing. And apparently, you know that you can temporarily pause the spell, apparently. So it's a method that's not ideal to do, she says.
Like, isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, she's like, it's not ideal to do, but that it's not like impossible to do. But it's not a permanent solution. And it must be done for only 1 week. So anything longer than that, then it's going to probably have like the reverse effects or not work. But apparently all you need is a freezer, a square slip of paper or a red pen, black pepper for binding, and water and a small container to freeze everything in. So, I mean, there is that.
Pause.
You can pause, but it's not ideal to do that.
It reminds me of Grey's Anatomy. Like,
Yeah.
when I text you, you pause. Even when you're having sex, you say pause.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm busy.
So if you pause it, just know you have like 3 to 5 days to figure out a better solution for what you're going to do. Just know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happens if you don't find a solution and it's just sitting there? Will it backfire?
It says...
Or will it just not work? I would assume it just wouldn't work.
It says it can either be like bounced back to you, like, kind of like, what did you say earlier?
The threefold rule? Or
Yeah,
law?
basically. Or it just won't work because you didn't
work.
finish it.
I would think it would probably bounce back to you, right?
Yeah.
I
That'd
think
probably be
so.
like the worst possible thing that can happen.
Yeah. But pausing it and like redirecting it, she says not to confuse it with reflecting it. And you should never, ever, ever reflect a spell. So basically, reflecting a spell bounces the energy of the spell back onto the caster.
Mm-hmm.
So she says never to do that ever.
Yeah, it's like a mirror effect.
Yeah, basically. And that's it. That's all I found.
Dang, these are some good stories. You think I accidentally did witchcraft when I did a photo shoot on myself? Remember when I got a black blanket. Was it black? And then I got my sea salt, made a big pentagram.
Oh,
and then I put Chucky in the middle.
What? She was trying to reenact the Tiffany scene on Bride of Chucky.
Yes, I was. I looked cute, by the way. It did not work. Voodoo was not having
he was
it.
messing with everything.
He was going and like playing with the salt, like moving it, and I'm like, stop touching my circle. And then he would look at me and move it again, and I'm like, you fucking bitch. And then he like kind of like dragged Chucky a little bit out, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Like, I don't know what kind of spell I just did, but I took a cute picture.
Wow. What if he was just like, let me just not let me mess up your circle too.
Yeah. He's literally.
He was trying to protect you.
Oh,
That's what he was
okay.
doing.
Okay, let's think about that.
I want to like confess something, but I feel like everybody's gonna judge me.
We don't judge you.
No judgment.
Go ahead. Let me take a sip of my drink.
So in elementary, I had this friend she kind of like, I don't know, like she did like this whole like reverse thing on me. Like she just started fighting with me one day for like no reason, like spreading all these rumors. Actually, I think we were like in middle school around this time. Yes, like 6th grade. And like she was just so horrible, saying all these mean things about me, and like I don't understand like where like all this negative energy came from. And you know, I was very into The Craft, the movie. And you know where she's like, I bind you, Nancy, from doing harm. I did that. I did.
You did?
I did
God.
that. Yeah, because you gotta
I'm
understand, like she
laughing.
was making my life at school hell.
Yeah.
Anyways, I did that. Obviously it didn't work because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was going based off of a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember like a month or two went by, and then like I had walked into like math class one day, and she was like, hey, come here. And I was like, fuck no, she's gonna like do something,
Punch
like,
me?
like punch me, or she's like planning something. Well, she was like, I just decided that I don't want to be mad at you anymore. Like, I really don't know why we were fighting in the first place. I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened either. Like, I don't know why you were being like such a bitch with me. I didn't do anything to you, whatever. And she goes, yeah, so I think we should just be friends again. And I was like, no, thank you. Like, no, I'm okay. Like, really, I'm okay. Like, I don't need to be your friend. So like, we just kind of like till this day, like we're just like acquaintances, I guess. Yeah. But I remember like, because she was just so mean and evil, and I don't understand why she was saying these things about me. My mom always said like in some ways like maybe she was jealous because like we did have a different upbringing as far as like relationships with like my parents and her, the way she is with her parents. So maybe she was kind of jealous in that way and like wanted to make my life hell. But yeah, I remember like cutting her picture and doing like I bind you.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
I don't know what happened to that picture. I bet you my mom found it and like threw it away or something. Probably
she's like, what the fuck is
damn
this?
bruja over here.
Oh my God.
Michelle, let us know.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember doing that because
that's hilarious.
I was just so like, I didn't know what to do. I felt like I even tried like talking to her, and then like I remember she told me that I was a lowlife and that we were on food stamps when we weren't on food stamps. I remember her mom saying that they were on food stamps, but like at the same time, I never saw that as like a bad thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like even till now, like I don't ever see like somebody being on food stamps a bad thing. Like we pay taxes for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's there to help us. But yeah, like I just remember her making my life a living hell.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Coming from a psychology standpoint, she was projecting her own feelings onto you.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that was real smart.
I know. Her voice changed too, right?
I'm sorry. Come again?
It's been like, I don't know, like over, I don't know how many years I've kept that secret, and it feels good to have it out in the open
Thank
with
you
the public.
so much.
I'm so proud of you.
As soon as lights, camera, action goes away, I'm going to get it out of you, who it was.
Yeah, y'all would have gotten it out of me if I never would have said it. I didn't want to go into more detail because unfortunately she has gone through like a lot of bad stuff, and she is like in a hard place in her life right now. But I mean, I don't know if a lot of that has to do with just
karma,
how mean she was. I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
It all comes
I
back,
do wish
baby.
her well, though.
Yes.
I would never like want that for anybody. The stuff that she's gone through.
You could only wish even the people that are mean to you can only wish them well.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Like, unfortunately, like it's her and then my high school bully. Like I will always remember making my life hell. The both of them, like both their names will always stay engraved in my head. But yeah.
So be kind to everyone.
Be kind to one another.
Because you don't know what someone's going through.
Yes. Or if someone will bind you from doing harm.
Not me.
From doing harm.
I didn't use pepper.
Oh, then it didn't work.
I used my cheer ribbon.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Embarrassing, right?
To be a young
embarrassing.
To be a young baby witch.
to be a young witch again.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was into all that shit.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if you're really my friends.
I feel like
I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
I'm like, I don't know if you're really my friends because I did, cast a spell of wanting friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, I feel like when I was younger, I was like, would watch some movies like with witches and stuff, and I was so interested in it, but I think I was like scared because I thought my parents were going to get like mad at me and ground me because I was like into witch stuff.
Not me. There's literally a cauldron outside my house. Yeah. It like literally. I should post a picture.
I grew up.
It was like it's always been there, but now my grandma. Well, rest in peace. But now, like, it's what is it? What do I have in there? Flowers. But it's like literally cemented to the ground. The cauldron, like, it's been there for years.
They were like, this shit ain't moving.
Yeah,
it's staying.
I want to use it one day. Like, take out all the flowers and see if it works. Let's try it.
Don't. What Experiment. If you cast like a curse or something?
No, we'll just make soup. We'll just make soup. Normal.
We'll make pozole. Penis pozole.
We'll make pozole.
Oh my gosh. I just grew up around that stuff. Like, my great aunt was like the White Witch. My grandma, my dad's mom, like, did all that stuff. And I have my great aunt, which is my grandpa's youngest sister, that always had like somebody doing bad stuff to her. And so she would always have to like do something to reverse it back or to stop her, to block it. So yeah, I grew up around all that stuff. So
like that stuff was always in my family, but my parents like I guess my parents maybe didn't like it. So they kind of like, you know, kept us like away from it. Like even sometimes to this day, like they're more open about like paranormal stuff and like ghosts in the Bible and all that, but like when it comes to like other things like tarot cards and witchcraft and stuff, it's a little bit more like
hesitant.
Yeah, because I knew like my grandma would do things and I could see like some of my aunts, but I'm like
even
they would
kind
of keep
even
us.
when you're doing the egg, that's technically not technically witchcraft, but it kind of is.
It's part of witchcraft. That's what, even like when you bless your house with
holy water, everything.
It's part of the form of witchcraft. It's protection. You're conjuring up protection.
I was literally, because my grandma just passed away, so they do this thing where you go to church. I don't know, I don't go to church anymore, but I've been going because of my grandma. But it's just so weird to sit there and just listen to like and drink the blood of Christ. Like, this is some cult ass shit.
And then like eat the body of Christ.
Eat the body of Christ. I'm just sitting there like, what? And then the priest comes and throws holy water at me. And then he comes back again and throws more holy water at me.
With that thing, right?
Yes. Like, and he was doing it at me. He's like, you can't hide from the Lord. I'm like, this dude knows something. He knows something. I'm sitting here all tattooed. That's probably why.
Probably.
But I was just, my mom and like my aunts were all laughing. They're like, dude, he literally came back for a second round.
She meets Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Father, I hope you know after this, peace out forever. Just kidding.
That's why I don't go to church. Like, my grandma once told me, she's like, you don't have to go to church in order to like pray and do your stuff. Yeah. Ever since then, I'm like, all right, grandma said it. I don't have to. Yeah. Like,
I've always been told that too. You don't have to go to church every Sunday to prove that you have some type of religion or faith. You have your own. You have your own personal relationship with God or whoever it is,
or
that you
whoever
believe in.
You pray.
You don't have to go to church every Sunday to prove a point.
Yeah, exactly. And
most
those
of the people
at church,
you do you. You do you. You know?
Everyone's different. Don't judge people that do. Don't judge people that don't.
Yeah.
Do your own thing. Drink the body of Christ. Eat dirt or whatever other religions do, but
we welcome
don't judge
all religions and faith and rituals, but just don't hex us.
If only on you, my religion. I'm just kidding. I would be disowned. I'd be disowned.
What was that laugh?
Aye, good times. Anyway,
it's hot in here.
My armpits are sweating. Anyway, guys, remember we're gonna tell y'all that we are doing this Best of San Antonio thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we're running for best podcast in San Antonio. So we're gonna need y'all. You can vote. You can vote with different emails, but
once a day.
You can vote once a day. So make sure you vote for Scary Not Scary Podcast. Voting starts.
Use your work email, use your personal email, your husband's email, your cat's email, your dog's, your kids, your sisters, or
your kids' email. We all know they got a tablet, so use that email.
Type in random emails. No, I'm just kidding.
random names.
I'm gonna open all these Gmail accounts.
I have so many.
I have like 5 of them.
But just remember to vote for us. This would like really mean a lot to us.
Yes.
And voting starts February 1st. And I only know this because we do it at work. And vote for Nova Aesthetics Bed Mess Spa. Thanks. While you're at it,
we'll be posting updates probably the day before and then sharing it up until.
But we gotta win. We weren't even in the whenever we were being like nominated. We weren't even on the list
at all.
And when I went back to look at it, we were like the third ones on the list, and it made me
top 5,
so happy.
But we're specifically top 3.
Yeah. Oh, We gotta win.
Exciting!
Like, we have to, you guys. Come on, y'all have to help us.
Were you sitting there looking up all the other podcasts? Because I was. I was being a psycho. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only crazy here. This is why we are friends.
So vote.
Please.
We'll remind everybody, but yes, this would mean so much to us. And we would have a big party.
Yeah.
We'll do a live drunk episode show.
Oh my God.
Just for
Fine.
you.
I will get drunk just for you guys. But I talk some rowdy ass shit.
Things are safe, because I know things are kind of crazy right now with COVID, but if things happen to be safe, and if we do win, maybe we can do a meet and greet.
We
Or Scott, I'll put a bag over her head and kidnap her and make her go.
Fine. Listen, I don't understand myself. I like to record some TikToks and stuff, but like, and meet people, but I'm like just when I feel like it, because if I'm being told you have to be here, I'm like, I can't see all these people. I'm freaking out. Like, I just psych myself out.
You got this.
Maybe we can meet at the park and barbecue.
We'll make hot dogs. We'll make penis pozole.
There you go.
Yum. Let me eat some of that. Give me 2 bowls.
Okay, guys. Well, send us your suggestions. If you have any stories you want us to read on our next episode, or if you have any topic suggestions, you can email us at scarynotScaryPodcast@gmail.com. Visit our website, scarynotScaryPodcast.com. Follow us on all social media, Scary Not Scary Podcast. Make sure you like and rate and review us on iTunes. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. Download Podbean. That's where we have all of our live shows. If you want to shop for our merch, make sure you go to scarynotScaryPodcast.shop and become a Patreon. We're gonna be posting some stuff on Patreon. We haven't done it yet because we haven't really gotten any Patreon people, but we're working on ideas. And I'm gonna officially have a Twitch account, and I'm gonna be doing research with me sessions and maybe some chit chat and just kind of get to know everybody. And maybe I'll prank call Ashley and Gato during those Twitch sessions as well.
Or maybe I'll be here. Shit, I'm always here.
Yeah, you're always here, walking in, stealing my kids.
And your food. I literally walked in and I'm like, I'm hungry. I just walked to her fridge.
So we just have a few more things on my Twitch account that we're setting up. But as soon as we do, we'll be making a post on social media about that. Yay. And I think that's it. That is it. Damn, that's a lot, right?
You went through it real good, though.
Damn, I'm good.
Like a
Damn,
boss.
hell yeah. Woo, okay, well, we got this.
We're back, hoes.
We're back, bitches.
Uh-huh.
And until next time, remember to always stay